Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. I'm doing good. I got to get to work in a minute, so I'm going to try to truck through this really quickly, okay? Today's topic is called The Psychology Behind the Files, okay? So, the government knew that we would be shocked, appalled, confused, in disbelief, and above all else, furious, okay? We started making thousands of videos and millions of comments in regards to this recent batch of the Epstein files, which were released on January 30th, 2026 by the Department of Justice, the good old DOJ, baby. Okay? The government knows everything that we have been saying about it. Trust me, if you have said something about this case online, chances are that they have read it. Okay? All content on the Epstein files are currently under a magnifying glass from the government. They will be looking through everything with a fine-tooth comb. They want to know what we think as a whole, who is calling for vengeance, how many of us are calling for vengeance, etc. I think that they are honestly a bit nervous, if anything. They expect that at a certain point, we just might protest and riot. And I'm not talking about those weak minded No Kings protests that have proven to literally be a paid protest. Literally, check out Nate Friedman on YouTube. He exposes it all. But yeah, they're all paid protests from various hedge funds, all under the name of George Soros. He's paying these people out to be good little puppets and act like they're mad and yeah, Orange Man bad and all this. It's all fabricated. Most of it is, and then some people see it on the internet and they go, yeah, what a good cause. I want to join. So then some people really do go, but they're only going because they've been tricked. Do you get it? So no, my friend. I'm not talking about that type of protest and riot. The government may very well fear that we all might come together, both the left and the right. Let's put our differences aside, right? And we come together as one common people and start multiple massive protests. With this kind of emotion behind it, chances are that this particular protest wouldn't stay peaceful for very long. A real mass protest in every major city in the United States simultaneously and ongoing. Okay? So, how do they lower the risk of this? Easy. They would have to find out what we, the people, actually want as a result of hearing about this sick stuff, right? And then find out what we actually want and then give it to us, whatever we want, so that we don't freak out, right? But give us as little as necessary in order to temporarily appease us. That leads me to the two main things as of recently. One, Jeffrey Epstein. Two, Prince Andrew arrested, okay? They claim that Epstein was a ringleader and that now he is dead. They now claim that Prince Andrew got arrested. He is royalty and we are actually holding him accountable. So that would make us happy, like, because we always feel like all these judges let people go, or people never get in trouble if they're in the club and stuff like that. So when you do something like this and put it on the news, we're going to think, oh, good, yeah, the government's taking care of it. And it's going to make our anger level calm down. And then we're not going to think of protesting. Then we're not going to riot. So they're doing these things and they're putting them out. They put out the files. They waited a couple weeks to do something like this so that we be in our anger, and then they could quell our anger, right? Apparently he was arrested for leaking secrets or something like that, not for PDF, right? But they are hoping that Americans still feel justified about his arrest. They are painting the narrative that the government has it all under control and that it has now come to a close, okay? What they don't want to actually comprehend, what they don't want us to actually comprehend, is that there are about 100,000 Jeffrey Epsteins out there. You get what I'm saying? There are several Prince Andrews, if you will. Okay? There are millions of individuals partaking in this cheese pizza. Okay? The danger / the threat is still out there, very much so, you know? But at least now we are all far more aware of it, okay? But these sickos are everywhere. You probably walk past at least one of these cretins once a week or even or once a month. You know what I mean? Side note, It's funny that I mentioned Epstein and Andrew as the two deciding factors in this video, because it's also a conspiracy theory that Jeffrey Epstein is Andrew Jackson on the $20 bill. They look, their noses, everything looks so similar. So whether he's a fallen angel or he's a clone, but it's crazy, right? But anyways, this whole thing that's going on with the Epstein files, in my opinion, to an extent, it seems like this is a psyop within a psyop, which is crazy. So whether it is real or fake, it can definitely still be a psychological operation. You know what I mean? It's even better for them if it's real, because then they don't have to fake the funk as much, and we'll believe it because we're seeing it with our eyes and we're like, oh, this is definitely real, right? But they're using it for a certain outcome, okay? And that's the part that makes it a psyop, okay? But that's all I got into today's video. I got to take off. I got to get to work. Until next time, stay safe. Be blessed and live lavishly. I'm going to see all of you in the next video, okay? Until then, just know that I love you all. All right? Peace.